Hello everyone and welcome to the online lecture series by Shet Vidya Mandir English High School and Junior College of Science and Commerce. Myself Jayesh Rajgor, and today my dear students we are going to study Information Technology Standard 12th Commerce. Yes my dear students, the much awaited textbook of 12th Commerce IT is out now with the similar colorful design by Bal Bharti, like it was for Science IT and Arts IT. This book has come a bit late, but it is a wonderful combination of practicals as well as theory for 12th standard commerce students. My dear students, here is the index of this new 12th commerce IT textbooks, which includes 6 important chapters for you this year, starting with advanced web designing, which deals with HTML. As you did HTML last year, this is a bit of an advanced version of HTML, which deals with HTML5 and many more CSS elements for you. Similarly, we have a new topic here in chapter number 2, digital marketing, which is, I feel, a need of an R chapter. This will give you a detailed info about the digital world and how exactly you can groom yourself in the digital marketing field. It is a theory chapter, my dear students. Similarly, moving on to the chapter number 3, it is computerized accounting with GST. Here, my dear students, accountancy in the computerized manner with GST, the latest taxation policy. We can understand computerized accounting using various softwares on computers like Tally and GNU Khata. This chapter deals with accountancy on the computer. Similarly, chapter number 4 is yet another interesting chapter, which is e-commerce and e-governance. Yes, my dear students, e-commerce and e-governance deals with cyber laws, ethics, online trading, online buying and selling of goods and services, as well as the electronic data interchange. Then we have database concepts using LibreOffice Base. Yes, my dear students, in the previous standard we studied about LibreOffice, where we understood how exactly LibreOffice as an open broadcasting software, or we can say free to use software, has taken a great space in the online world for we can say substitutes to Microsoft products like MS Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Here we have database concept, which is more or less like MS Access. Moving on to the last chapter, here we have enterprise resource planning. This is a theory chapter once again, but more or less also has a practical point of view to it, which deals with Tally as well as GNU Khata mostly. GNU Khata is one of the most prominent softwares in accountancy, and this chapter will help you in understanding enterprise resource planning. So these are the 6 chapters which we are going to study this year. Also, with the theory part, we have a skill oriented practicals aspect. My dear students, skill oriented practicals were introduced last year in your syllabus. This year also, these 4 chapters are the part of SOPs, that is advanced web designing. We are going to do practicals from HTML5. We are going to do some important SOPs about digital marketing. We are going to do GST and taxation with accounting, that is computerized accounting, and we are going to create some interesting databases using LibreOffice Base. So this is what you're going to study in this subject this year, Information Technology Commerce. So let us now begin with chapter number 1, that is advanced web designing. Yes, my dear students, advanced web designing. In the previous session or in the previous year, 11th standard, you studied HTML or the basics of HTML. In this chapter, that is advanced web designing, you are going to learn a lot of designing. We can say we can be close enough to using a layout of web pages using CSS. We are also going to study designing the website, how exactly a web form or validations are done. We can also learn about the concept of image mapping, iframes, as well as the aim is to give the skills to create HTML web pages using HTML5. So basically there is a lot in this chapter which will help you in creating web pages or designing websites, my dear students. We have been introduced to basic terminologies related to creation of web pages. The hypertext markup language, that is HTML, is an evolving language. With the changing times, it is important to change this language also, and thus different versions supporting different features of HTML are launched. Here we are with HTML5, which is currently used because it supports mobile technology. The major browsers are Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Edge, Safari, Opera, and Apple support the features of HTML5. Basically, we are going to study HTML5. Yes, my dear students, in the previous standard, we studied about hypertext markup language, the basic structure, the basic tags used to create forms. But this year, we are going to go a step ahead and learn HTML5, a newer version which is supported by various browsers, Apple, Opera, etc. So, let us begin with our first interesting topic for the day, forms in HTML. Yes, my dear students, forms. You have come across various forms on the web, like a Gmail sign up form, a Facebook login form, or a YouTube login form. Various forms we come across, like a bank account opening form, or any other forms you have come across. In 11th standard, we have studied different controls related to form, like text, radio, checkbox, submit, reset, select, and text area. These controls are used to collect different kinds of user inputs, such as contact details like name, address, single or multiple options, form, group of options, as well as clearing and submitting data, etc. Basically, my dear students, forms are always and always created to take data from the user. Yes, to take data from the user, we use various form elements like input, or we can say clearing, or various group of selectors to help the user input data and send it to us or the server. The HTML5 has introduced additional form controls which can also be used for validation purpose. Here are some various input elements which are newly introduced in HTML5. Yes, my dear students, this table is of utmost importance. You need to understand these new types. Input type is equal to color. Yes, this is a new element added to HTML5. What does this color feature do? It defines a color picker. Yes, my dear students, we'll be doing some practicals also, but before we do that, we need to understand what exactly are the uses of these new elements. So input type is equal to color helps in defining a color picker. Similarly, input type is equal to number defines a field for entering a number, like input type is equal to text, used to help the user writing a text in the box given to him. Similarly, input type is equal to number defines a field for entering a number. Moving on, input type is equal to URL defines a field for entering a URL. It means a website or a web page like www.google.com or http www.yahoo.com. Such URLs can be given, or we can say hyperlinks can be added. Similarly, earlier, to add an image, we used to use img src, but now HTML5 supports input type is equal to image as well. Input type is equal to image will define an image as a submit button. So your submit button can be more attractive, can have a great look and feel for your form. Moving on, input type is equal to date, specifically for entering date, defines a date picker with year, month, and day. Moving on, input type is equal to email, here defines a field for an email address. So my dear students, in this way there are many new input elements which are added to HTML5, or we can say advanced input elements which are added. Here we have yet another list which will show us more input types and its elements. Input type is equal to month, defines a month and year control in format, that is YYYYMM, that is year and month. Similarly, input type is equal to range, we have defines a range control, default range is 0 to 100. Also, my dear students, input type is equal to date time local, defines a date picker that includes year, month, date, and time as well. So it is completely upon us how exactly we want our web form to look like. Using these various input type attributes, or we can say new input elements, we can create a really dynamic and good looking form on the web. Input type is equal to time. Here once again defines a control for entering time. Input type is equal to week, my dear students. Yes, it defines a week and a year control. Similarly, input type is equal to search. Now here you are, my dear students, you might have come across many websites which have their internal search, or we can say site search engine. Yes, input type is equal to search defines a text field or for entering a search string like a site search or a Google search. So for an inbuilt internal site search or a Google search, here it is, input type is equal to search. Lastly, we have two more new input elements. Input type is equal to file and input type is equal to tell. Yes, my dear students, file defines a file select field and a browse button for file uploads. Yes, when you want the user to upload his photograph, like we change our DPs or on the Facebook, your profile picture on your WhatsApp. Similarly, here input type is equal to file gives the user a chance, a button to upload, a browse or upload their own photographs or pictures or any file in their computer. Similarly, input type is equal to tell is a very easy and clear one used to define input fields that should contain a telephone number. So in this way, my dear students, in today's video lecture, we have seen some new input elements. In the next video lecture, we will come across a practical which will help us in using these new input elements and creating a new web form. Till then, stay safe, stay connected. Thank you very much.